to the rest of Willow Close as viewed from the rooftop, and the exit onto Gordon Road. Our new garages, tip full of rubbish, and a rather untidy building site. It's our Riverside Gardens and the Hayling view. And the meadows opposite. My ducks down there. Beyond the meadows, this is Priory Park, formerly seat of the Rowley family. Now a housing estate at the top, but the main section of the park kept for public use. Panning round the landscape over towards Great Paxton in that direction. See how far Little Paxton stretches now. We've built up housing. That area beyond the housing is gravel pits. Towards the centre of Little Paxton there. And this is the old centre of Little Paxton there. Those trees are from the former Little Paxton Park. See the more traditional lines of some of them. And they're the chimney tops of North Lodge over there as well. There's North Lodge, and that opens out onto Little Paxton Lane. And then continuing to pan round towards the northwest on the skyline are Little Paxton Woods. And the principal A1 runs between us and them. And the chimneys there of the West Lodge, putting out some smoke at the moment. So, quite the highest feature of this landscape at the moment, this chimney. And a bird's eye view from our weather vane. This is the view you get of Little Paxton. All the way around to the north. Across to the east. That boat disappearing in the distance there, still on the river. And the meadows opposite. Our oak tree. And the Riverside Gardens. Tuesday the 12th of November, and a little time since I last took some shots, and there's been quite a few changes. They're upstairs now in number 6 Willow Close, and they've bricked in the door, Debbie's old bedroom at the top of the stairs, and further down they've also bricked in the previous door to the kitchen, and both of these are going to be plastered later on. The children are now out of 2 of their bedrooms, and the block wall has been demolished, and this stud partition put in its place. where the previous downstairs wall was, the carpenter has fitted in these new floorboards, and the builder has filled in the holes in the walls. And so the two children's bedrooms are in something of a state at the moment, but this plastering will take place on this side of Debbie's wall as well today, and within a day or two this particular room should be back to the wall, and they can then continue working on the other room next door. Their task there is to build up this partition just like the other side of the house, and to knock a hole in that wall there for access to the link building. And on the top floor of the new half to the house, things are beginning to take shape as well. In Daniel's bedroom, they've finished plastering the rest of the room, and now that door frame is in place, and the plasterer has been putting the rendering on there today. And the two of the bedrooms on the top floor are now finished, or near finished. We're looking to the guest room. Patio doors are now glazed, and the cupboards have been removed from the bedrooms at the other side of the house and are being fitted in here. He's just finished the fillet down that side of the wall. Now he has to come across and bring the fillet down that side. Just put the window. Windows are in place, and the mirror is now on the wall as well. And we've had a carpet fitted, a rather nice blue carpet, which is currently hidden underneath the work of the interior removal man. And in Debbie's bedroom, another magnificent transition, the rose pink walls and the bright pink bedroom carpets, which makes it all rather stunning. The leaves have been falling after our first frost now, and autumn is with us, unfortunately. I have a door on the box room, very temporarily. I've in fact set up this room as my office. And downstairs, the lounge is now finished as well. Here the fire is completely installed. The windows are painted bluebell white, and we also have this nice new lounge carpet. And we've moved into here certain of the furniture that we're trying to protect, in order that it doesn't get too covered with muck and dust. So we fitted a nice new security lock on the door, and the doves are now settling into their new abode. In the centre of the house, much more of the wiring has taken place, and a boiler has been installed temporarily, because in the kitchen it's been stripped out, the electric's put in, and it's been replastered for the start of the kitchen installation, which is due to start tomorrow. The old kitchen door is of course bricked up, and now we have a new one in its place. As you can see on the far side of the kitchen, the inside of that door has been rendered and now plastered as well.
And here you are then. This was the kitchen.
That's right. That is the door. Hive of activity here at the moment.
The plaster is in a state of shock, as you can see. I'm used to that.
And outside, the building is beginning to take shape. All the main lintels in now for the link building. The chimney, of course, is finished, and today, crowning glory, we put up the weather vane. After much discussion as to which direction north actually lay in, but it's a bit of a compromise position, that one. Slightly affected by the need to avoid the smoke coming up from the chimney. But there we are. The Hayling view in all of its glory, and appears to be lunchtime because the doves are pestering me. Monday the 18th of November 1985, and this is the day that the kitchen contractors come to start work on the kitchen. You can see that a temporary kitchen has been set up here on the southern side of the building, and that the kitchen surfaces are clean, plastered, and the pipe work is in place, and it's all ready for the contractors to start today. They should start by bringing in the kitchen units, setting them up, and then starting to fix them over the next few days. In the meanwhile, there's been something of a transformation, because we now have the door fitted for the kitchen to the hall, so the weather has now been kept out. Still some plastering to do around the edges of the door, and also we want an internal door on this one, in order to promote the concept that these are not two houses but are a single house. And similarly on the other side, we need that door changed for a single door as well. And also, the roof has been coming on apace, and it was first of all lined and battened, and then over the weekend we fitted some tiles there. At this stage, the tiles are covered in frost this morning, but when that's thawed you can see the noticeable difference, where the older ones are covered with algae and these are quite fresh and clean. The roof now from Daniel's bedroom, where I've now fitted curtain rails, as I have in fact on all of the new rooms, and the builders have fitted a glass door. And this glass door again keeps the weather out on this frosty morning. The sight there of a rather huge starling nest, with it burrowed in the gutter and created a lot of mess. Much of this has been removed, but again much is still there. These tiles in the channel have to be replaced. And here you can see quite clearly the new tiles. and the work that still has to be done in terms of putting the LED flashing there, and also completing those runs of tiles when they've got the replacements. Wednesday, the 20th of November, and the kitchen fitters have managed to fit the base units and some of the wall units in a remarkable transition over the first day or two. Here's our new microwave oven and gas oven, and the tall units that are going to take the fridge and the freezer. That canopy is upside down, of course, and will be fixed to the wall shortly. It certainly is a very, very large and very magnificent English oak, traditionally built kitchen. Progress will be less dramatic from now on, as they have so much finishing and trimming to do. Sunday the 1st of December, and Smallbone, the kitchen fitters, have now finished the kitchen. The units are there, the sink is plumbed in and in use, and they've put this beautiful oak trim around the edge of the kitchen surface. And Mr. Cheeseborough, Mr. Evans, started the process of tiling in. All the electrics are now connected up, a hob bit in use, tiling around the far side of the kitchen is still to be done, but importantly we have an oven and a microwave and a concealed fridge freezer. Now brought our airco factory table and chairs in for use in the kitchen. And we just await completion of the tiling and the decoration for this kitchen to be entirely finished. Meanwhile, the rest of the building work, they've cemented in the front part, which has been enlarged now to form an attractive ramp between the two buildings. It was cemented over the last 2 days, and that shuttering can now be removed, and we can put that past to good use. A windy day here on the Haylings, but our doves seem to be settling down. After 3 weeks enclosed by the mesh, we released the doves during some recent quiet, still but very cold weather, and they now fly quite readily backwards and forwards to the bird table where they eat with the rest of the flock. They're finding this windy weather a bit much, but it's good exercise for them. Fishing match in progress today. A few more long-standing sufferers of this wind. The trees are now off of the leaves are off the trees, and there's quite a wintry air to the river. turned mild now. See that we've removed that willow tree, the ash tree, used to be there. The gardener has really started clearing our new riverside plot in earnest. We'd had a big bonfire on November the 3rd, but now there's a lot more branches to burn, and also a lot more branches to cut up to fuel our 2 open fires that we now have. And in that corner, now been cleared for the new position of the shed workshop. All that wild lilac has been removed. Had some new holly plants there. Because that is going to be encouraged as a mixed holly and hawthorn hedge all the way round. There's going to be an opening in the wire mesh there, and this outhouse here is going to be removed so that we can move our 15x9 workshop just there. But there's been a lot more building works taking place in the house. So let's start by looking upstairs in the link building. There's been some glazing and some doors put in. The roof is completely tiled, but it's yet to have the lead flashing which fully isolates it from the weather. Quite a different prospect up here in the link building. This is now sheltered from the weather. The doors are in, the ceiling has been put in place, together with its trapdoor for access to the roof space. The lighting is still to be installed, and on Monday this area is plastered. First of all the rendering underneath, and then the final coat of plaster, which will finish the job for the decorators. A step has appeared between the 2 houses, which of course are on a different level, and the flooring has now been put in, but not nailed down. Similar finishing to the rear of the building. Plasterboard in place, waiting for fine coat on that, and the other wall. This is going to make quite an interesting little area here. And over here, the corridor's been put in, all of the stud partitions between the new baby's room there and the new ironing room have been done, just like the other house. And at each end of this corridor complex, 2 fire doors have been installed, which for the time being have got protective polythene coverings. So we now have an ironing room as well. A good light room. Still needs the floorboards screwing down in this one, as you can hear. Its door opening, and its further door opening onto the balcony, which is yet to be finished. And that balcony will have a fine panoramic view of Willow Close, the back gardens, and of course via the balcony and via this window of the children's play area and eventual destination of the swimming pool. So much of the building work has now been completed in the upper part of the house, and we're starting to colonise certain parts of it. Walking up the step and along the corridor, we find that 3 bedrooms at the far end have been fitted out already, and at least one of them is in occupation. Across the threshold of Debbie's room, and her toys now been put back, and upper wall units filled with all her lesser used items, and she's now beginning to use this room for playing in with her racks of toys. out to the hall and to the guest room. And the guest room is now complete. All units are fully installed, together with a mirror, a dressing table and chair, and the headboard is in place with the cabinets now reversed to allow the bed to actually fit. The plant has been installed, and outside all that remains to be done is for the balcony to be finished, and you can now see the wonderful view and aspect our guests will get from this room. In the hall, the noise you can hear is from the occupied bedroom of Daniel, which was carpeted yesterday in a beautiful blue carpet, and we've also put all of his things in there. And from this room, access to the balcony, another view of the river, and 2 desks now, television desk and a revision desk. Managed to get the railway sit down in the end.
Where's the possible mission?
No.
Pretty hectic room, this one.
Where's your possible mission? After the camera on the right side. Right. Wait down with the possible mission then.
Gary's got it.
After the capital.
Yeah.
And where's the capital in?
157.
157.
What?
In our 2 new bathrooms, all the tiles have been removed, and we now have new tiles there, which are ready for installation. And in what used to be Deborah's room, we've now cleared it, both of junk and dust. And I'll be moving my office through here, whilst the builders first of all complete some plastering, then do some decorating. We're keeping the same wallpaper. We've got some more rolls accordingly, and then this room will be the baby's room. So, much work has been done. The next priority is the completion of the downstairs part of the link building, the installation of the boiler on Wednesday after 2 days of plastering, and then we hope to have a more satisfactory means of walking through the house both at the bottom as well as the top. Saturday the 7th of December, and the view of the river from the eventual baby's room, which is presently set out as my office. Another week of building work, and they've now completed the plastering of the link building. And for the weekend we put down some pieces of carpet to make our passage across much easier. We have electric lights installed as well, and they're also just about finished the ironing room. The ironing room is a nice light pink colour. And it's also a very nice light room. This balcony door and newly fitted curtain rails. Through the link building, and the plaster's finished here as well. View to the rear of the house and the double doors, and away round to the front of the house. Still got to artix the ceiling. And onward. The box room is now completed and awaits its carpet from the St. Neots Carpet Company. And now that we've got these two fire doors installed, and the building work and decorating work continues in the central section of the house, we've managed to keep the dust under some sort of control. During the week, we roll back this carpet and just about managed to keep the builders under control. These are the old carpets for the hall, landing and stairs areas, which had been previously fitted, and I've put them back now because I've decided that we should get the complete carpeting through the building.